Let's go! Warriors, big win tonight, game 7. Brian, all day hashtag keep the faith. Johnson, this is why I love you for moments like this. You're a believer. With negative energy we've experienced today's fans does not matter when you're a Warriors fan. Big win tonight for my Warriors. Proved to be too much offense. Can you believe it in a game like this against the first team to 103 to 89, Johnson, just like I said. And who was the guy? Buddy Hield. He showed up, Johnson. He showed up.
You yelled at him. You said you wanted him to show up, and he showed up. And it was like the most important time because Steph Curry started the game ice cold, and it seemed like Buddy Hield and Draymond Green were the ones that helped you out at the beginning.
Well, when I look at the notes at the beginning, Green to me seemed focused. Like game, he wasn't dramatic. Green, it was a foul. He admitted it. If it wasn't, he was into the game. Obviously, he had his shots going. I do got to say though, before the bad uniforms tonight, I wasn't a fan of the uniforms tonight. Can we just I like the court. I just don't like the uniform matchup.
Yeah, I mean, what's that H-Town stuff?
And then the Warriors wearing like the Berkeley Bears stuff as well. So didn't like that. But I mean, Johnson, you're right. Green, he was focused at the beginning. They tried to give Kuminga a few minutes at the beginning. Wasn't a factor at all. And then you move to the second quarter as well. And it's hard to believe it. Stephen Curry did absolutely nothing. He did nothing. Yeah. Buddy Hield was amazing. He was everything that I mean, are you kidding me? With Buddy Hield, like, are you 22 points at the end of the half? 22 points from Buddy Hield. He was my loser of the week this week on the podcast because of his performance last week.
I feel like they had a great first half defense, slow down the Rockets and make them be a half court team, and that really helped the Warriors because the Rockets, it was a pathetic first half scoring.
I mean, if we compare this to an A's baseball thing, because me and you are used to that. We're used to that in like an elimination game, right? We're like, it did feel like the experience mattered. Where maybe other than the Twins, the Yankees and Red Sox always felt like experience mattered, right?
Yeah.
Like it just felt like, and tonight in this game, it just felt like the Warriors slowed it down at the right time. The refs were not calling much, which favored the Warriors. And good or bad, it just the Warriors, the refs let them play more physical, and that's going to favor the Warriors when you have more experienced players. I mean, Looney was a factor tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And it just felt like they were rebounding the ball a lot better. And then in the end of the third quarter, Thompson injuring his calf and having to go out. That was
huge point. Honestly, he was killing us for a little bit because to start the third quarter, the Rockets started to make a little run, right? They started to have some life. They figured it out. Sengun at the elbow, Adams at the rebound. Brooks was getting going. And then Thompson, you're right, the calf injury. And the Warriors actually gave Kuminga a little run in the third quarter, and then the Warriors they were starting to lose the 50-50 balls that they were winning in the first quarter or in the first half. They were starting to did it favor the Warriors. They could call holding up every play, Tyler. It was pathetic. What did you think of the 50-50 balls, Tyler? Though I thought the Warriors in the first half they weren't winning them. Or excuse me, they were. Second half, the third quarter they started, they weren't. Thompson's injury was huge because the Rockets they cut it to 58-53 on a 14-4 run to start the third quarter. Thompson goes down with the injury. Curry hits a three when Thompson's hurt, obviously on that play. Yeah. And it just the Rockets can never keep up from that point because the time that Thompson came back, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and then I felt like after that, Jimmy Buckets took over, and then he kind of just became why he's a great playoff performer.
I mean, at halftime, Curry had 3 points, Brian.
Yeah.
We did rebound. We did. You're right. We actually rebounded the ball. And Tyler, sometimes I wonder if that was the refs giving us more physicality. I do. Like when I watch it, I'm like, I don't know. Like as a Warriors fan, when you have a team that's been through a long run, you can just see it. Like you're like, the refs they're not calling everything. Like you just know it. And so they're going to give you more physicality, and the team with more experience that knows how to play it are going to get the calls. It's a Warriors Spurs things back in the day, 2013, 2014. But I don't know. I just hear you. But like, what did you? I mean, I got to go back though, Brian, to the guy we started with my loser of the week, Buddy Hield. Let's go. I mean, Brian. He was. I mean, how can you explain how good? There's no way you could. You're like, okay, Buddy Hield to start the game. He's going to give you 22 points in the first quarter. That's the game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the game. He gives you 22 in the first half. I would tell you the Warriors win that game. That's what I mean. 0 last game. 0. And he came out like.
And then he hit that amazing shot at the buzzer. No.
Well, he hits that one as well. I mean, other than the freaking uniforms, everything about this game was good. I mean, other than the uniforms, everything about this game for me was really good.
I just think you guys showed your championship pedigree. I mean, this was a Yankees performance or a Red Sox back in the day.
That's what it felt like, right? That's what it felt like. Like 103.89. That is 90s basketball, right? That's what we projected at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I didn't think the Warriors would be able to find that third scorer. Hield, you bounced back. You were the third scorer tonight. You were unbelievable. Appreciate. Steph doesn't like first half's game 7. Yeah, but he scored 33 in the last game 7 against the Rockets. And tonight, he still ends up with 22. I mean, he scores 19 points in the second half. I mean, he ends up with a really good game. Butler 20, Hield 33, Green 16, and Podziemski 9. So other than Moody just deciding to brick basketballs tonight, I hit him off the glass first. The starting five.
And then Kumanga should just he should never play again. He tried, but he failed.
A good try in his name, Kuminga. 0 for 4. But he missed that first layup attempt, and I felt like he had a good drive, missed it, ruined his confidence from them. But literally, they got 3 points from the bench tonight. 3 points, 100 points from the starters. That was the game. That was the game. I mean, Brian, 100 points from the starting 5. Hield 33. You're not expecting that. Definitely first game.
That's why I was glad they didn't do Casey's theory, play the bench starters to start the game.
In a physical game, the refs didn't get very much involved in this in Game 7. The Warriors play the Rockets or play the T-Wolves next. What do you think?
I think the Warriors are going to win this series. They're going to show their championship pedigree again. I think I'm going to pick the Warriors in 6.
Yeah, the T-Wolves obviously a different challenge, right? With Edwards from the perimeter.
Yeah.
Nobody on the Rockets had that edge. I will say this, though. Gobert and Wilt Reed, obviously Naz Reid, they do give the Warriors trouble. Gobert, though, isn't the scorer Sengun is, but Wilt's a better player than Sam Adams is. And so, you know why I call him Sam Adams? He's not. But you get my point. Like, I just think that the Warriors, the team will still hold the edge in that regard. But I do think the Warriors against this T-Wolves team, they have a chance. This is a good matchup for them. The next bracket, Nuggets, OKC. I think everybody here that's a Warriors fan is like, well, it's gonna be tough. But I think for this matchup versus T-Wolves, there's a chance because Sengun's not as offensively gifted, or Gobert's not as offensively gifted as Sengun. And you do have Edwards on the perimeter, but we'll see what happens with Peyton getting back from being sick. The Warriors can show the championship pedigree. You agreed, and Tyler says love the
offense. You just got to at least take one in Minnesota and go back to Chase.
All right. Prediction on the line. Warriors, T-Wolves. Who you got?
I'm going to go Warriors.
In what, if you had to say it?
I'm the Warriors in 6.
In 6. I'm going to go Dubs in 7. I'm going to go Dubs in 7. I'm going to be a little optimistic Brian tonight. I'm going to go optimistic Darren tonight.
Hashtag keep the faith.
Keep the faith. All right, we'll be back with you next time. Game 1, Warriors versus T-Wolves. A lot of big moments in this game along the way, but the Warriors pull it out. Brian Johnson with me. We'll be with you.
I want to hear from you in group text, Adam. I want to hear from you.
Let's go. Come on. Come on, Johnson. Big